Yeah, I mean, you've got more money in your pocket than they probably make in a month. I don't know. I can't count how many times they'll borrow money from their neighbors or anything to go to the store and fix this mountain of food and everything on the table just so you have something to eat and makes them feel good.
Marcos, has this been your experience too?
Oh yes, it's really amazing because these people are so poor, and yet they're willing to treat you like kings, give you everything, all the food they have, and it's just mind blowing because they don't have anything in the first place. And
Are you going to run into these are Americans who go traveling? Are they going to run into these people at the tourist spots?
No, not at all. Now um, you have to befriend them. It's the first thing. If you don't befriend them, then they're going to expect something out of you, because that's what they've been taught.
Are these poor people of the world in other countries the kind of people that Americans that you would say, "Hey, come here. I want you to meet these people."
Yes, but as everybody knows, all people are human, and if I'm not your friend, then you're going to treat me different. So the main thing is, if you befriend them, then of course they're going to treat you different. Just like if I go befriend some bum on the side of the road and have a long friendship with him, then of course he's going to treat me different. But I mean, I can't just walk up to him and expect him, if I say one thing nice to him, he's going to be my friend. I mean, you have to gain trust. And
Good point. You can't just go over there like a tourist. You got to hang around. In other words, we're talking about encouraging people to go and live among people of the world, get out of their own neighborhood here in America, and see what the rest of the world is like. And otherwise, there's no way that they can know the people the way you guys are describing them.
well, I think it would be a very interesting experience, at least to go out and meet these people. I think that they have some very good qualities. They they love their families very, very much. I mean, when they have a wedding for their children, they will just go all out, all out. I mean, just however they can just pay for the wedding or whatever.
What's it like when you go into these people's houses or when you go up to their door? Do they want you in?
well, yeah, but as far as I was like going to tell you that story, of course, in America, you walk into somebody's house, you don't take off your shoes. There, the first thing you do is you take off your shoes. You take off your shoes right outside their house, and you walk into their house with socks on. Whenever we'd go to villages or whatever, you'd want to take not so nice of shoes with you, because you would want to be able to part with them and not have any feelings, is what I'm trying to say. Because more than 10 times, left my shoes outside the door, come back, no shoes. Because somebody else needed them more than I did. So once you're an experienced veteran at it, you learn to take your shoes off, you pick them up, you carry them to where you're going to sit, and you stick them under your seat, and you keep an eye on them. Because even though they're under your seat, they can still go missing. Believe me, they are experts at stealing stuff.
You mean chairs in the home?
Well, yeah, I'm saying, like, if you sit down, if you go into somebody's house, you take your shoes with you, you sit them down under your chair wherever you're staying, and you keep an eye on them.
And well, okay, so these people are stealing your shoes. Are you mad at them?
It's more funny, I'd say, than why get mad about it? You're not going to hunt them down and be able to find your shoes, so might as well laugh about it. Just laugh at your ignorance for leaving them outside.
Yeah, and even too, I mean, if even if you found the person that has your shoes or is wearing them.
Yeah. What about, okay, let's say you find that person, not that you want to go looking for him, but even if you found him.
I would probably say, hey, why are you wearing my shoes? And
They would take them off and give them to you if you found them. They would. Oh, yeah, they would.
They would? Yes, they would take them off, but I wouldn't be able to receive them back. I mean, they probably need them a lot more than me. I can get another pair of shoes a lot easier than they can.
Let's talk now, not just about the poor people, but also the middle class people, people in general over where you have lived, let's say in the countries of Romania, Bulgaria, and probably some of the areas around there, does everybody have all the water they want?
Yeah, water's not really that big of a problem. Hot water, yeah.
All right, let's talk about hot water. Did you have all the hot water you wanted?
Not all the time. At times we, in the village when we had to take really cold showers. I can remember one time we had been working all day and my dad said, "Okay, y'all boys need to take a shower." He hung up some sheets outside on the clothesline because there was a road out there. So we stripped down and he put a pump down in the well and started pumping water out, and we had to put shampoo on and take a shower in the water that was freezing cold. It'd make you numb. After a while, it was like hard to move your fingers because it was so cold. It's not always easy to get hot water.
Did you have all the hot water you needed, Mateo?
No, sometimes at night you'd let the water run for 2 hours, hoping that hot water may. Sometimes the city would have hot water. About, I don't know, 5% of the time they may have hot water. But if we didn't have hot water, they finally came out with these big heating coils. This big coil, and you'd stick it down in your bathtub and you'd plug it in. Oh, yeah. And it'd heat the water up. Only problem is these things are made not very good quality. So I can remember one time I had to make sure if the water was getting hot yet. So this coil's down in the water. I stick my hand down there to see if the water's hot, and I get electrocuted. I mean, I get fried. I mean, just I stick my hand down, my other hand goes straight up in the air and starts wiggling.
Marcos, have you been electrocuted?
Yes, they also do it with they also warm up because it is hard to come across hot water. So a lot of times, we would make coffee, and we would just get cold water and pour the coffee grounds on top. We'd put water in a cup, pour some coffee grounds in the cup, and it'd just sit on top. And we'd have these little coils we'd stick in there. And lots of times you'd be reaching in, there'd be a wire loose or something, and just get fried again. So it's like 220 there, so
220 volts.
Yes, so you can imagine it's give you pretty good.
You can also make these things home. I mean, if you couldn't buy one from the store, then you'd make one, and you get a wire, of course, plug on the end. You strip the wire back, and you tape it to 2 spoons, and do the same exact thing. Oh, yeah. You could use it with 2 spoons. If you put a wire on each spoon and stuck it down in the water, then you'd create voltage in the water, which would heat the water up.
So did you mostly take baths in Eastern Europe?
I never took a shower. Yeah. Ever. There wasn't a shower. They didn't have like a shower head. It was just like a bathtub. And usually it was like a tile bathtub. So the water would stay warm for like 5 minutes. And since there was 7 of us kids back then, you'd heat up the water, and usually it was the younger kids that would get the baths first, and us older kids, we'd have to take it in this, it's concrete bathtub, tile, cold water, dirt in the water. I mean, after 7, I'd only probably take a bath once a week, like Saturday night, Sunday morning. I never took a shower, ever.
You never took a shower when all those years you lived in?
I don't remember taking a shower. I really don't remember taking a shower.
How often did you clean up, take a bath, whatever?
Probably twice a week, maybe.
When we were young, it was at least, I can remember, once a week. Once we got old, maybe 2 times, maybe 2 times a week.
When you came to America, you've been here for several years now. Not too long. What did this change?
Yeah, it took a while though, believe it or not. I mean, you can't just your habits, you can't just switch. I can remember working with Aaron's dad, and him telling her, "Man, Matt's a good hard worker, but he just reeks." serious. I mean, when you're used to that, it's hard to change. And you hear people talking. I can remember coming back in here and people talk saying, "Yeah, I take 3 showers a day." I'm like, man, how can you take 3 showers a day? That's just it's weird.
How many times do you take showers?
Yeah.